Well, good morning, Walnut Hill. Welcome to your First 20. I'm Becca Mowrey. I'm our worship director. And we're going to be reading from a phenomenal passage today out of the book of Deuteronomy. If you've never read the book of Deuteronomy, I would recommend that you dedicate this summer to really diving into the Old Testament. The whole first 5 books of the Old Testament are just phenomenal. Well, the whole Old Testament is amazing, let's be honest. But to read the story that leads up to this passage is really incredible. And the book of Deuteronomy and this specific passage, the verse that we're going to read today, actually comes out of a song that Moses is leaving the children of Israel. And if you remember, Moses has freed the people out of Egypt, and they've wandered for 40 years through the desert. And now there's this new generation of Israelites that have been raised up, and they're about to cross into the promised land. And Moses will not bring them into the promised land. It's going to be Joshua that brings them into the promised land. But before Moses leaves the children of Israel, he wants to leave them with a song that the Lord commands them to write down. And the song talks about the character of God and then the faithfulness and the promises of God throughout the lives of the Israelites. So if you remember, this is a new generation of people who don't know who God is. They don't know the faithfulness of God. They don't know the heart of God. They don't know the character of God. They have seen and experienced the Lord leading them as a fire by night and a cloud by day. But they may not have even seen the plagues that have happened through Egypt to bring them their freedom. And so this is a people that are trying to learn about the faithfulness of God. And so God commands Moses to write down this song so that they would know who he is. And I love it. It's a very long song. There are several verses to this psalm, but it comes out of Deuteronomy chapter 31. And it's verse 4. And I love this verse. It says, "He is the rock. His works are perfect, and all his ways are just. A faithful God who does no wrong, upright and just is he." And so this is what the Lord, first and foremost, wants the children of Israel to know about his character. They're fairly unfamiliar with him, and they don't have books that they're carrying around and they can learn about him. So they only learn about him through experience, and they learn about him through the generations passing on the knowledge of who God is and what he's done for them, which is a great lesson for us to know. I hope that we're passing on the faithfulness, the promises, the miracles, the goodness of the Lord, what he's been to us and how he's provided for us. I hope we're passing this on to the generations, because that's the only way that they ever really learned about the Lord. And I love it. As you read this psalm, right at the beginning, the Lord says, "Listen, O Israel, listen to who I am." And it says, he is a rock. His works are perfect, and his ways are just. A faithful God who does no wrong, upright and just is he. This is who, first and foremost, the Lord wanted the children of Israel to know who he was, that he was the rock that they could trust. He is a firm foundation, that everything he does is perfect, and that he is a just and compassionate God, and that he is faithful, and that he does no wrong, and that he can be trusted for his honestness and his uprightness. This is who the Lord is, and this is who the Lord still is today. And so as we read this psalm, and I'd encourage you to read through this whole thing, the rest of the psalm goes on to talk about the faithfulness of God over the years and what he's done and the miraculous things that he's done for the people of Israel so that they can remember, even though they may have not personally seen or experienced it. But he says, first and foremost, I want you to know that I'm your rock, and that I am just, and that you can trust me, and I'm a God that's dependable and upright. And so know today that God is with you, and that God is your rock, and he is to be trusted, and he is just, and he is compassionate, and he is a faithful God who will never fail you. So I just encourage you, have a wonderful day, be blessed, and may the presence of the faithfulness and the justness and the compassion of the Lord minister to you throughout today and the rest of your week.